your friendship with Roxanne Perez. Let's talk about that, because I've had Roxanne Perez here on the channel a couple of times, and she's just wonderful to talk to, and she really, really cares about this too. And so what is your guys' friendship like? How did you guys meet? How did it all come about?
Yeah, it's funny because I remember specifically, like, I used to run a WWE fan page on like Twitter and Instagram back in the day. I don't even remember what it was called at this point, but I remember seeing a picture, and I was a huge AJ Lee CM Punk fan, shocker, yeah. But I saw a picture, it was her, I think it's like a famous picture now, everyone will know what I'm talking about, but it's her, Roxanne and AJ Lee. She's meeting her as a kid, and AJ's like holding a coffee cup, and she has like her fake Divas title on. But I remember seeing that, like, because people were just reposting it because of AJ. But I remember seeing that at the time, and I was so mad because I hadn't met AJ yet, and I was so jealous, and I wanted to meet her so bad. And I see this picture of this girl who didn't look alike, but like similar vibes and everything. And I was like, I hated her. I was like, who is this little girl? I hate her. But then we ended up like, obviously a few years after that, we ended up just becoming friends on Twitter, like through indie wrestling. Like, I think we had seen each other at shows and stuff, but we hadn't wrestled. We just became friends because we had such similar life stories. Like, I feel like we have the pretty much exact same life story of how we got here and like wrestling fan wise. So we just became friends from that. And then we would always talk about like making it to WWE together. We did an indie match together. I think the only time we ever wrestled on the indies was like a 4-on-4, this crazy match with like Brussels sprouts and like sausage links. We were like hitting each other with meat. It was like the weirdest thing in the world. I don't even know why, but that's like our memory together of our first match together and our only match on the indies. But then we were just friends for that whole time. Always talked about making it to WWE. Then I got signed. I believe she was Ring of Honor Women's Champion at the time. And then I remember the day Ring of Honor, or whatever happened to Ring of Honor, where all their contracts were done or whatever. I remember Gabe Sapolsky, he's the one who got me signed. He got me my tryout. I remember literally texting him. I was like, text Roxanne, or Carla, it's her real name. It wasn't Roxanne yet. But I was like, text her right now. He's like on it already. Like, so immediately I was like, you need to get her. She came like a year after me, and then we've literally just been closer than ever. That's my best friend in the entire world. She is such a great wrestler. Literally one of the greatest women's wrestlers probably in the entire world, but she's such a great person too. She's so humble. She we help each other. She would struggle with promos, and I feel like that was my strength. So I would help her with that. And she's a great wrestler, and I would struggle with wrestling sometimes, and I would get so nervous that she would help me. So it was like we were constantly just helping each other and building each other up. And then we got to do so many storylines together, and all the times we got to spend, like I said, afterwards. We literally created like a sisterhood that will I'll have for the rest of my life, and I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so happy to see her killing it. She deserves everything and more. She is one of those people who didn't really, I think she was like a cheerleader, but she didn't really play sports. She was just a wrestling fan, dedicated her life to wrestling. We drive like 6 hours on a bus to wrestling training. Like, we have such similar stories and passions. So seeing someone like her who genuinely loves it and deserves it and is such like a good, humble person, just, it makes me so happy for her.
It's funny that you say that you first hated her in the beginning, because I've heard people say that sometimes the people that you hate are the ones that end up becoming your best friends.
Exactly. And I had no reason to hate her. I didn't even know her. I was like 12 years old.
Right. That's so funny. And
it's funny, like, how it all comes full circle.
Yes.
In the entire world. I just saw her last night. Now we see each other a little bit less often just because of our schedules now, but so we didn't see each other for like 2 weeks, and it was like you would have thought we didn't see each other for 2 years. But that's my best friend.
How was that, telling her, hey, I'm no longer with the company? Because, when you, not only is it, sad for the end of your career, but it's also like, that you're now going to be able to see her as much like you would normally.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like I said, I just kind of always have like that intuition. So I was already telling her in Vegas that this was my last hurrah. And she knows me well enough to know that when I'm not like being dramatic. I think she was trying to tell me like, no, you're crazy, whatever. But she knows me well enough to know that I know when something is happening. So I think she was like, well, if she feels like that, I don't know. I think she kind of knew that like what I was feeling was true. So I think she was obviously shocked, because you don't think that that's actually going to be the case. But I feel like her shock was a little bit less too, just because that's my best friend. I had been talking to her for 2 weeks, telling her like every little thing. But it is sad just because, there is stuff that we didn't get to do together. We didn't get to have like our WrestleMania singles match like we always talked about or stuff like that. But
You never know. You might still one day. You might
exactly.
still.
You never know, but she's so good at, she's just always there for me in any way. Just, I can always count on her, whether I need a laugh or I need to cry, and I'm not someone who like opens up to a lot of people or like cries like that to anybody. So she's like the one person I can go to and cry to and know that she's like the one person in the world I know like would defend my name in a room no matter if I was there or not, and like I feel like you always need somebody like that in your life, and she's that for me.